Welcome back to Limitless Nerd. We are here for a very, very special Limitless Nerd live to talk all things Maul, Shadow Lord, and I could not do that alone, so I brought in the all-star team. We have GabesEmpire, Carly King, Grayson Mortis FM, and hopefully here shortly, Will of the Force will be joining us as well.
My better half.
But before we hop in with Maul, I am gonna check the chat real quick and see who we got going on.
Who's in the chat? What's
we
up,
got,
everybody?
Chris,
Hey.
Chris Nerd Squadron. Thank you so much for being here, dude. We've got To the John. Thanks for being
What's
here.
up?
We've got Nemo, who actually
What's up,
saw
Nemo?
saw Mando and
nice.
Grogu with me yesterday.
Nice.
We got over from Focus Squadron. We've got Sunny.
Hey, Sunny. What's up?
Been here, Sunny.
Hello
We
there.
got Skywalking Ryan. He's
what's going on,
Ryan?
every chat everywhere.
No, this guy's everywhere, bro.
We got AJ Ryan.
Hey, what's up,
AJ, what's up?
Man, so many
Drip
people.
Jedi,
Yeah.
what's
Drip
up?
Jedi.
The Saber King
And,
himself.
I
Yeah,
caught up,
spinning
I think
some
I caught up.
sabers up in here.
Heck yeah.
But
That one.
What's
guys,
up?
thank you so much for being here.
Yeah,
We're
thanks for inviting us.
Thank you for having us. It's exciting.
I love Shadow Lord, so I'll talk about it literally any day. So
So I should say, before we go any further, we are going to be talking full spoilers for Shadow Lord.
I haven't seen it
So
all.
oh my
I'm just
God.
kidding.
You
I'm just
haven't-
kidding.
If
I'm
you
just
haven't seen it, or more importantly, if you haven't finished it, because this is the kind of show where finishing it is very important. So
Go.
go do that.
At this point, like, even if you
Go
haven't
watch
seen
it.
it, you've probably been spoiled at this point.
Go
It's
watch it.
it's that good. It's that good.
Cameron has become one with the Force.
I was about to
and
say
has
that
left
he's
us.
back.
Oh, there he's
Okay.
back. He became a Force ghost for like 2 seconds.
Yeah,
and now
I
he's
became a
back.
Force ghost on
He
my
had to go
own,
do some Jedi
my own
business on
video.
Camino. Yeah.
But
It's a takeover.
we got a couple more. We got a couple more people hopping in.
Hey,
Noah
Noah,
Nation,
what's
What
buddy?
up? Welcome.
and we got Hannah in here as well. If I can click the right comment. There we go.
What up?
We found out
But,
Hannah's new name because she was Dave Filoni maxing today. She's not. She works on a horse farm. She's not Trapper Wolf. She is
The hat.
Kidnapper Horse. Is her stalker's
Oh,
name.
nice.
There you go.
Light speed.
We got
skipping.
Jacob in here as well.
Jacob, it was so nice to meet you as well. I was like, wait a second. It was like a double take moment because we never met in person.
He's awesome.
Yes,
That was
Noah.
cool.
Noah, if you haven't finished Maul,
Yeah.
none of us trust you.
Valid
So,
take.
definitely, we are going to be talking full spoilers. So if you
Yep.
haven't seen it and finished it, please stop this now because it's.
I don't
gonna
wanna-
get into spoilers probably very quickly.
I don't want to supersede, but because I'm sure you have a lineup of things, but I'm curious just because I've really only spoken to Will about this show, but like where is, in terms of like the pantheon of like Star Wars TV shows, where is it for all of y'all like in your ranking, your mental
That's
ranking?
good.
Dose.
Yeah.
Dose?
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Andor.
mean, it's,
Maul Shadow Lord.
I'm the
Clone Wars.
I'm the same as I'm the same as
It's above
Carly.
Clone Wars
Man,
for me in the craziest way. It's
Mhm.
up there.
I don't know. I mean, Clone Wars and Rebels are so.
They're
Close to my heart.
perfect. Yeah, they're
But
perfect.
I
but
mean, it's up there, and with the potential that it has,
Oh,
I'm scared for my ranking.
yeah.
Mm.
No, it's
I'm scared for my ranking.
We're
it's
all
my
gonna jump you right now. We're like,
yeah.
Yeah,
Gonna
I'm
be top three,
flying to
man.
well,
Texas.
I'll say that it is 3 for me only because it is not finished. I think it is easier for me
Yeah.
to look.
I agree with that. Actually, I
Yeah.
changed my answer. I can
Yeah.
agree with that.
Yes.
For
Yes.
me, I'm a big Rebels guy, that that's that show.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
and that's because like I think Rebels as a pack. So my ranking is Andor, Rebels, Shadow Lord. Shadow Lord will probably very
okay.
easily become number 2
Mhm.
Mm.
once the show continues, because it feels like we just kind of started it. You know, like it feels
Yeah.
like it's really.
I mean, that's what
beginning.
Matt Miknovitz said about the show. He's like, this is just the beginning of the roller coaster. Like, you went like that And apparently it's like, I mean, hopefully not a downhill. But I mean, I would agree with Grayson in the fact that, I mean, I love Rebels. I would put it in my 4th spot because Clone Wars just takes the cake for me, because not only is it a impeccable show with incredible voice actors, but I attribute it to like my childhood. And every time I see it, I'm like, this is just nostalgia for me. I remember waking up in the morning, eating my cereal and watching the show. And I love it. So I would put it Andor, Clone Wars, Maul, Shadow Lord.
Maul is
probably
it's
gonna switch once
it's a very easy to shoot up. Like it's I think as a singular season of television or Star Wars animation television, it's like it's the best singular season we've got from front to back. Because like I think with something like a Clone Wars, you get like the Siege of Mandalore. Those last 4 episodes are perfect. They are flawless. In my opinion, that like if that was a movie, it'd be my second favorite Star Wars movie of all time. You know. So it's but then like we want to get something like once Shadow Lord ends. I mean, like I could see it easily being
and it's hard too, because a lot of the times with any Star Wars, right, you also have to like detach yourself from the nostalgia, like the nostalgic feeling of it, right? Like Carly was saying, like, oh, she remembers she was a kid, you know, eating cereal. So that's like me with the original trilogy, right? And it's like it's separating that and kind of looking at it kind of objectively. It's hard. Like I'm a late bloomer when it comes to like Rebels and Clone Wars. I didn't watch it until the shutdown of around 2020, 2021. That's when I caught up with everything. So like I think I can put at least the animation kind of in a more objective kind of category because I wasn't a fan, you know, like of the animation, and they're all great. But I'm telling Maul is just like it hit the right age demographic. I think for me, it's not geared towards children; it's geared towards adult Star Wars fans. You know,
agreed.
So, And I mean, this comment right here is it's the most consistent first season we've had.
I would agree with that. Yeah, I would totally agree with that. Although Andor, I would probably put that out.
Oh, see, Andor is like is
there's
just
like no arguing when it comes to that show.
God.
And I mean, I would say maybe The Mandalorian, because the first season of that was pretty
season
consistent.
1, season
I can
2,
agree.
I think those two.
Yeah, but for sure, I mean, and I'll this is a little bit further down my like to-do list here, but I'll go ahead and ask, since we're kind of talking about it, what would you guys, if you had to give the first season of Shadow Lord out of 10, what are we thinking?
Ooh, you want me to go? I can go first. I think without season 2, like Grayson said, like you kind of do need it all together, like to give it a good score. I would still give it like I'd give it like a 9, maybe 8.5, 9, somewhere around there. But I could easily go to a 10 once season 2 comes in, right? So but yeah, I'd rank it high.
I agree. It's a 9 out of 10 for me. Like the only reason I give it a 9 out of 10 is mainly because there are certain plot beats that you can kind of expect coming, not in a bad way. It's definitely for the greater part of the story of like spoilers, like I said, of like that first episode you watch, you're like, oh, this Docky guy's dead. Like he's getting wiped off the board immediately because you know it's going to progress towards that character building. I felt like Vader was a pretty safe bet from the beginning.
Really?
But it's
wow.
yeah.
I didn't expect. I thought it was gonna be the Emperor, but
see, the only reason is I was like hopping.
I mean, we did get him for like 2 seconds.
Yeah, voiced by Sam.
It
was so so my thing is I'm kind of like I view Shadow Lord. I think when this show ends, I view it much like a book, and I'm like, for me, it's like this was like the first couple chapters, and it's like when you pick up a book, you're kind of like, oh, I can kind of see like where these first couple chapters, but then it's towards the end. It's like now that we're like the first season had ended, I'm like, I don't know where we're going, dude. Like that, and that's what's exciting to me. So I mean, but like from like a crafted standpoint of the animation to the performances, to the writing, to the framing. Like everything is genuinely perfect. Like it's so good.
Yeah, I agree.
Carly, what would you say out of 10?
I mean, I have no reason not to give it a 10 out of 10. Like I could say 9 out of 10 just because maybe there are certain moments where like I can't even give an excuse as to why I want to give it a 10 out of 10. I give it a 10 out of 10. Period, point blank. I think the animation was perfect. I think the pacing was great. I didn't get bored at all. I kind of went into it with no expectations as to like what I would see, what Maul would encounter, who Maul would encounter. I had a feeling that Marok was going to get killed in the first season by Maul himself. But I guess maybe we'll see that in the next couple seasons. Naja has done this a total of 10 times, at least in this entire... Oh my god, she wants food or something. She just is obsessed. But no, I would give it a 10 out of 10 because I thought it was perfect. I love the animation. I love the acting. I love the characters. I love the character arcs. And 10 out of 10 for me.
Yeah, I mean, I'm like I want to say 10. I mean, I really do. I mean, I can't complain. I mean, I have to say 10. I mean, and so, I want to ask you guys just because, you are the people that can talk about this and,
everybody can talk about it. We're all Star Wars fans here.
We're all,
Yes. But I do want to ask because you guys surrounding Maul Shadowlord have gotten to do some really cool stuff. And, I want to say some well-deserved stuff. We were talking about it a little bit, backstage before we started. But, I mean, I have enjoyed seeing you guys get the opportunities that you've had. And I'll pull a picture up. But, and getting to experience Maul Shadowlord in the way that you have, what can you guys say about the experiences that you've had surrounding this show?
Well, thank you. You're very kind. That's very nice of you to say.
Yeah.
I mean, it's kind of what you'd expect. It's the coolest experience ever, having the chance to go to Lucasfilm and to see both the first 2 episodes and then the last 2 episodes. It's kind of a surreal sandwich of a feeling. What would you guys
I mean for me, so I wasn't able to go to the first 2. I was on vacation and literally came back the next day. I was so bummed out. But I think my experience was I did the right thing and I didn't watch the last 2 episodes.
Same.
I know a lot of people were sending it to me and they're like, here's a link, here's the episodes, like do it. I went in blind because I wanted to watch it in the theater with the crowd reaction. So that experience alone right there. I mean, besides like being with like friends and just the Star Wars community and all that, the actual experience of watching it on the big screen, full sound, like, and with the fans. So anytime something exciting would happen, it amplified it 20 times because everyone was like, wow, like go crazy. And then when Vader popped up,
that was the craziest.
For me, like again, and I didn't expect that, right? Like there's a lot of theories, but I went in there just blind. I stayed off social media the whole day. I was like, that's it. So when Vader came out, that was honestly like a shocking moment for me. I was like, oh. So that experience alone was just so worth it because it was like a community experience, So
yeah. This month has been insane for Will and I. Because this is like the first stuff that we've ever like gotten invited to. So like coming home with a couple days ago after the Mando premiere, I was like, I'm not gonna swear, but yeah, I was like, dude, like I don't like, I don't even like it's kind of a depressive state because I have to come back home to my like normal life. And I'm like, man, all right, that was crazy. Regarding the Maul stuff, so the Maul premiere was the first thing that Will and I got invited to, and I mean, like, we have been so excited about this show since it got announced. Like, I remember, so I didn't get to go to Celebration in Japan, but Will was up through the night, like doing, he was like watching the streams and stuff like that, or like he was on Twitter as people were talking about it in the panels and things. And I remember like my phone blowing up at like 3 a.m. because I had work the next day, and I get up and I have like 60 notifications of like Maul Shadow Lord announced, Maul Shadow Lord announced. We were like, I was like, what? Like, you know,
nice.
and I think the only thing that like the public got to see was like one singular frame of him walking down the walkway. And I was like, and people talked about what they saw in the trailer. And so we were like, the two biggest things for us of like Shadow Lord and Ahsoka season 2, like we were just like, we cannot wait for those. And so, so the experience itself, I mean, like, yeah, you're getting to watch this incredibly crafted and well thought out and loved and curated show with all of your like online friends who love Star Wars as much as you do. Yeah. And so, and I mean, there is also no better way to watch this show than in a theater. And I wish more people got to, like, that's when those lightsabers are ripping and blasters are punchy, and like the music by the Kiners, who are just absolute wizards. Like, I wish more people got to watch this stuff in theaters, because that alone is just a lucky experience of like, and you're watching with the people who made the show. Like you're there, and it's like all of the voice actors and the composers and the animators. It's crazy.
And David Collins. I want to give spotlight to David Collins, because he was trusted with the entire sound design on this show. Like, he was just given free reign and all of that, and he excelled with that. He is the most he is one of the most talented sound designers I have ever heard. And in that show, like you said, Grayson, it is meant to be experienced, amplified in a theater, at least with headphones, like just
headphones or a sound bar, like it's
anything
just
to just get that full sound experience, because it is the best sounding animated show I have ever watched.
And there's so many little Easter eggs in there too. Like, obviously, David Collins, you know,
Spybot.
Rest in peace, Bushkadoo.
Bushkadoo.
But he had his roots in like LucasArts stuff, which is stuff that I grew up with. And so like you're hearing all these sound effects from things, of course, like The Force Unleashed and Republic Commando and all of this stuff. And it's like, and it's so seamless, you know, of like, it's the Leo meme of like the, you know, like,
right.
But yeah, just like these experiences, I don't want to like go on, like, I'm just grateful. Like I'm not a big creator like at all. Like I do this all just because I love it. And everybody does it because they love it. And so like to go to these things is like the coolest feeling in the world. And it's like, it's such a treat because of how special this show is. Like, I'm just so glad this show exists, you know, like after all these years, we finally get a Maul show, and it's just, it's just all killer, no filler. Like, it's, I mean, come on, dude.
I just wanted to take that opportunity to, you know, kind of just tell you guys that I am so happy that you got that opportunity and have gotten to have the last month that you've had. It's not always the easiest thing, which we were talking about a little bit before we started, and I'm just going to kind of leave it at that. But I am happy for you guys. I am proud of everything that you guys have done. It's awesome. It's awesome to call you all friends and then see you living the Star Wars dreams that we all have.
This entire month has made me firmly believe, and thank you for saying all that, because I have terrible imposter syndrome. So no matter how much props I get, I'll be like, I don't believe you. Like I have the firm belief that like, if you truly love Star Wars and you're putting it out there in a actual meaningful way, like eventually you're going to get to go to one of these things. Like it's like, and like we talked about it, I think right before this, but like at these events, I'm seeing friends from all areas of the fandom. I'm seeing the Mandalorian mercs and other cosplayers and people on Twitter and people on Instagram and on TikTok and on YouTube. Like it is all corners, and it's because everybody loves Star Wars and they love Shadow Lord. And so like it's fun when you all get to come together and you're just like you're just eating your popcorn, watching Vader tear up. Like by the way, I just have to say as well, some of like the best lightsaber fights we have ever gotten.
Yeah, I think that moment when all of the characters lock up on their sabers and there's that just extra frame in there to get that moment to come across, and the reaction in the theater was, I mean, I didn't know the person sitting next to me, but we grabbed each other and we were screaming. We were like, oh my God, that is the coolest moment ever. When you just see all of them, and that's what it's about. Perfect. Yeah.
And I love the fact that we got to hear from the creators right after and understand a little bit more about that. Remember, they were saying like, oh yeah, we wanted to leave it just a little bit longer. But exactly. We couldn't because Dave would have been like, no.
Yeah, but it was perfect. Like there was a perfect timing there. Yeah, we heard from David Collins, who moderated the panel. It was Sam Witwer, Brad Rao, Matt Michnovitz, and I mean, I remember at the original screening, Athena Portillo was also up there. This time she was experiencing it in the crowd, like all of us, and they gave her a special shout out, which she firmly deserves. None of this would have happened without her. Athena Portillo is a legend, like to say the least. She's so incredibly talented, and none of this would have happened without her. So I want to put her up there as well.
She's awesome. I mean, they say what they call her, the general internally.
The general,
So
makes sense. It makes sense.
She's awesome.
Oh, and Dave Filoni. Sorry, Jesus. Yeah, Dave Filoni was up there as well, and here's what happened. He dropped a bomb and then left. Like he said the most incredible, poignant, and thoughtful, well thought out, words about Anakin and that struggle with the dark side, that struggle between the light and dark. And he just dropped bars in front of us.
Yeah.
And we were all like, wow. Like, I mean, I was tearing up because he just knows Star Wars so well.
He's so awesome.
And then everyone else just talked, and it was just like, what? What just happened? And he's, I mean, a legend. So
the animation team, obviously, entirety of Lucasfilm, but like, Brad Rao, Matt Michnovitz, Athena, like all of these people, like who are working on it, are the coolest and most passionate people you will ever meet,
and the biggest nerds. Biggest nerds ever.
That's the coolest part, especially like you see, like you can get to know some of the animators online and stuff like that. And you could just see like the passion behind that. They're so excited that they worked on like certain scenes and stuff. And you could just tell that they're like us, they just love Star Wars, which is great. Like
it was, I want to shout out, is it Greg? What is this? Greg
Veralt.
Veralt. He's amazing.
Greg is the best.
Justin Lee is one of my friends. He's awesome. Ryan Lopez, like all of those guys, like that team, they're just in there grinding away. Like, and I mean, obviously, like they've been working on this for I think about 4 years now, or give or take.
That makes sense.
Since they got the pitch to this, like, and obviously they're working on season 2 now, which is exciting. So, it's a different type of experience getting to watch it with the people who made it, because it just gives you such a deep appreciation for like how much they care and how much time and effort they put into this stuff. Like, I think online it's so easy to be like, Star Wars fans are very critical. All right, and that can be a very good thing, and it can be a very bad thing. And when people are so critical online, they tend to forget that these are real people making these things. And real people are not infallible. But like they care.
But the show it's perfect.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, you're not wrong. Yeah. It's like, and when you meet these people and you're talking to them about like the creative decisions they're talking about it, all these things, it's just like, I mean, you're already like, this is so incredible, and it just gives you an entirely new appreciation, whether live action or animation. Like, it's just, it's insane.
You discover how much work it has gone into it, and also what was used to make something like this. Like, not only are there talented animators, but painters as well. They made matte paintings for this thing. Dude, so they're going back to their roots with Empire.
Prop makers. They are making
prop makers. They have a model.
Physical
model
to like scan in. Like
and I couldn't even notice when that happened. So because it was so seamless. Like I could not point out where the matte paintings were used because it was just flawless. So it's cool to learn how much.
I mean, I want to, talking about the matte paintings, I will get into a little bit of the, more talking about the actual show, the plot and stuff. Janix, a new planet,
cool
that
planet
we've never seen before.
No.
That it looks fantastic with all of that painted artwork. What did you and pretty much we're entirely on Janix the whole show. What did you guys think about just the environment and the setting of the show?
Yeah,
Gabe, you go for it.
I just love the like kind of like mixed media that they use. Right? Like I think that was the coolest part. That sometimes you'd see, a background that looked like it was like oil painting, but then on top of it, there's like some like hyper realistic 3D looking sign or something, right? And then the characters also, right? You just the contrast between all the different art styles in one frame was just like crazy, because you could literally pause it and you could probably spot like 3 or 4 different just types of media like that they're using, right? And even like I said, the characters, some of them look like kind of hyper realistic, like very
you can
like
see the brush strokes.
And then some you can see the brush strokes. They're very raw, like kind of rough around the edges, but like that contrast is beautiful. And that's a big part. And like I said, look, I only gave it like a 9 because of season 2. Like
there's room for that extra
I would
point.
give it a 10 out of 10 if we knew that there was no season 2 like ever. Like that's it. But I love the art and the animation. I just loved it.
I agree with that completely. Like you could see the brush strokes, especially I have noticed that some of the characters that are incredibly flawed and there are unfinished parts of them, you can kind of notice, especially with Maul. He's not fully finished. Like he's got like someone was angry when they painted him, and it really shows. Like some of the characters who are like Iko Diodaki, he was like smooth-ish. Like you could tell he was just like he knows who he is essentially. Whereas Maul, it's like, man he's unfinished.
No, I love that. Like it would be such a simple path for them to be like, oh, we're just gonna keep doing Clone Wars animation style, or just gonna keep it the same way as we've always had, and obviously that would be incredible. But like the fact that they've taken the liberty of like doing these stylistic choices of like, the lightsabers look more like flames and having that kind of erratic look to them, and like the one thing that I noticed, like along with like the brushstrokes, is like there'll be a lot of like scenes, especially like outside, where you'll see like the heat waves of stuff as it almost like if it's like kind of breaking up a little bit. Like, it's super cool details like that make it stand out. And then regarding Janix specifically, I love that it's kind of it's a traditional kind of, underbelly Star Wars city world.
Yeah.
When you get to that finale, they leave the city and it's a jungle. It's these ancient ruins and jungles, very, very Yavin-esque, whatever. And I love that it's not just like, oh, this is another little mini Coruscant. Like, no, there's a city here. And then once they get to those sewers and they get out, it immediately changes into like this kind of just like desolate, creepy jungle. And I want to give a huge shout out. I found out this was a Dave Filoni decision, but Obviously, I'm a big book guy. I got a lot of Star Wars books. There was a deliberate homage when Vader shows up through the woods, that it was a direct reference to the cover of Splinter of the Mind's Eye, which is the very
Oh, I can see that.
And it's so cool. And where he's like, Luke's on the floor and Vader's standing in the jungle. And I asked Matt, I was like, whose decision was that? And they were like, oh, that was Dave's. And we were like,
makes sense.
Of course it was.
Of course it was. Yeah. Of course.
So it's just stuff like that, little details. Like I reading those StarWars.com articles about like the little tidbits and behind the scenes. Like I'm a sucker for that stuff, and it's just it shows how much they care, man.
And now that you mentioned that, kind of going back to remember what Dave said. He was like, everything has a purpose. Like every little detail has some type of storytelling purpose to like expand the story. And like, if you think about it, like the connection to that book cover, which was Empire Strikes Back, basically, right? Like it was like, the novelization of it, right? Or like the first part.
It was going to be the sequel to Star Wars before Empire. Yeah.
And the fact that they modeled the Vader after the David Prowse Vader from Empire Strikes Back. That little connection right there makes it even more meaningful. I didn't kind of catch that. I didn't really connect that until you said that. So really cool.
No, okay, he's back. I was about to say, this is something that's been ringing in my mind. I'm sure we all know someone like this, but like you're mentioning how Vader was modeled after David Prowse. First of all, Vader looks so good. But the thing that like is insane to me is that the amount of people who are like Star Wars fans who will be like, I'm not going to watch that because it's animated. And I'm like, there are genuine moments in this show where I'm like, this
I could have sworn it was live action.
Yeah, I know. And I'm like, and it's crazy. And I'm like, bro, if you are doing a disservice to yourself. Like, watch this show. What are you doing?
Exactly.
I have some like older, friends, collector friends that, they're older. They're in their 50s. They grew, they went to 1977, A New Hope when they were like 10, 12 years old, like the prime age, right? So they're a little bit older. So they're very anti-animation, anti-sequels, prequel, they're very old school. And I have been preaching to them about Maul. I was like, look, guys, here's the thing. I don't care if you watch anything else, but you need to watch Maul. Like, you gotta trust me, man. Like, I was like, just like how you trusted me with Andor.
Yeah.
Like, just trust me. You need to watch this. So
yeah, I agree. Especially, I've been trying to get my parents to watch it, and I even convinced my dad, like, to be like, okay, I'll watch it, because I was like, it's like Andor in the sense that it takes itself seriously, and there's this, this. I hate to say the word because everyone says it, but it's this grit to it that just feels real. Like, there are moments where I was like, if this were a live action scene, I would believe it. Like, there was a moment where oh my god, the detective Lawson, where Lawson was looking at the hologram of Maul, and I was like, this could totally be a live action scene, and I would believe you. Like, they could have just done the animatics like live. And especially some scenes with Marok near the end, maybe like episode 9, I was like, this looks live action. Like, it is beautiful. And I also want to mention, going back to Vader, I love how he didn't say a word. Not a single word. And that was going to point that out too. Yeah. And he is one of the most menacing versions that we've seen of Vader. Even though it's animated, even though it's a cartoon, it is one of the most menacing versions of Vader, with the sound design, with the aura. He's a horror movie villain. 1,000%. And he's killing people left and right. You hear him grasp, or like through the Force, grasp Vanessa Marshall, Rook. Vanessa Marshall. And this is gonna be gross, so trigger warning.
This is her words, by the way.
These are Vanessa Marshall's words, by the way. she knows what happens to this character.
Yeah.
She didn't get her neck snapped. Like it wasn't like a casual Vader, like it was her lungs getting yeeted out of so I'm sure you can understand where I'm going with that.
It's
gnarly.
Funny.
It's gnarly.
It's crazy. So Will and I were talking to her at the Mando premiere as well, and she clarified, which it makes it even funnier as well, that so this is on StarWars.com as well. They asked her how she wanted to die, and that was what she said. And she was saying of like, oh, make it sound like, she was like, that was the sound that I was going for.
So bad.
It's rough. But then they took it literally as like, no, that's actually how she died. And she was like, oh, I didn't think you were actually going to do that.
Right.
Like, that's crazy. It's like, and that's the level of like, of course you can't show that. Like, there's been nothing on Star Wars on screen that's ever been that grotesque. But
and
like
through the Force, like he's not just like doot. It's like, and then you feel that, and it's. I mean, that'll just I'm leaving it at that. It's
crazy.
And I think that goes to like the storytelling portion of kind of this whole series, that they put you in the series, like you feel the anxiety that a character would feel, like kind of like. Remember like when the Empire shows up, right? You like feel that anxiety, like, oh man, like when they go into them and start talking to Lawson and like, they're like, oh no, like they're going to question him. And it really puts that anxiety on you. Or even just Vader, right? When Vader's chasing them and you're just like, you're feeling it. You're there with them. I mean, I think that's like the best thing, because anything that happens to the character, it almost feels like it happens to you because of the way it's framed, the way like you followed that scene all the way through, and all of a sudden you feel that like pain, or you feel that. So it's just great storytelling.
Very immersive.
Yeah, very. Yeah.
Since
I'm going to change
we were talking about
I'm there with you.
He's changed his own mind. But since we've brought him up already, I do want to talk about him a little bit more before we talk about some of the other characters. But Vader shows up in this show at the end of episode 9, and he is a horror movie villain, as we just said, throughout the entirety of the finale. He does not speak. He is walking forward through anything in his way, whether it's
an
person,
unstoppable force,
or a person, or a tree, or a wall, whatever. He's going through, and I was hesitant at first. I don't know about you guys, about him being included, the possibility of him being in this show, just because I thought you had two choices. He either had to show up and just absolutely wipe the floor with Maul, which is kind of what he does, or not be in the show at all. Because the more he shows up, especially at this point in the timeline, when not very many people in the galaxy even know that he exists at all, and he is this he is a monstrous presence, and I was concerned that they weren't going to fully commit to that, and he was going to show up and be bantering, and it was going to be more of an even matchup, and Maul was still going to get away. But I am so happy that he is the horror movie villain that he absolutely should have been. It was just the right amount. It was exactly what it needed to be for the exact amount of time that it needed to be there. And if he's not in season 2, I'm okay with that.
I'm fine with that.
He doesn't have to show up, just keep showing up.
I agree. I like the idea. Will and I have talked about it, of like in a lot of these things, I would say even in a Rogue One, of course, in a Rebels, he is more of a character in that show. Obviously, Vader is a character, but in the sense of like he's a big crux when it comes to the story of Ahsoka, and like he's speaking, and he's like these little kind of these little Vader quips, right?
Even in Rogue One with Krennic,
whereas this is like Carly said, and I think they said this in when we saw the finale. that they were talking about how they wanted him to be like a force of nature, like they wanted him to be this just like
he is
this presence, right? And they said this as well of like we talked about horror movie villains, like they said they straight up took inspiration from Friday the 13th and Halloween.
It makes sense. It's not awesome. Even a person. There's no person in there until Luke brings it out of him in return. And it's so crazy because I believe between him being like, where is Padme, to from that moment until Luke shows up years and years later, he is but a shell of a man. Like he's just like you said, an unstoppable force, a presence. He's just, I feel like the show is the epitome of, Vader can be like, you're part of the Rebel Alliance and a traitor, take her away, and have that personality in A New Hope. But he still has that, he goes places and just shows up, aura farms, says nothing, kills people, and leaves. Like that's what Vader is. He's an assassin in a way. And I think we forget because, the less he talks, the more is gotten across with his character, if that makes sense.
The more intimidating he becomes.
The less is more.
Less is more,
Yeah.
Well, I think and obviously this is totally unrelated, but that was Boba Fett, right? And that was the whole like real pull, like from the original movies, right? That he didn't say anything, and then everybody just made up kind of in their mind like, how Boba Fett was like this crazy bounty hunter. But anyways, you're right. Yeah, the less they say is better.
Yeah, and this is also this is
24-year-old.
Have you guys seen the thing where it's just like this is like Vader at 24? He should be at the club.
Yes.
But no,
God, I'm 24. I'm not doing enough. I need to go Vader on these.
People. He was he was locked in. It makes sense also at this point in the story of like he's not really used to being Vader yet. Like he's like he has so much this is the start of Prime Vader, right? Like this is about a year after Revenge of the Sith. He's kind of gone through the trials and the adjustment of being in the suit and having his own lightsaber and
is
stuff.
Is there ever an adjustment? Because that suit is
not really.
It just like kills him forever.
It's true, but the way he is moving, like he's not even breaking a sweat.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, he's learning how to move in it.
Because like we see in the, I'm gonna get all lore-y on us right now, but like we see in the Vader comics, of course, he's having a hard time using the Force and walking around, and he's getting beat up a lot, and then of course we see him kind of having to fully devote himself of when he bleeds his crystal and gets his lightsaber. And now at this point, he's like, those boxes have all been ticked. And like, of course, you said there's not always like Palpatine will always view him as a disappointment because that is not the Vader that he wanted. He wanted the Anakin Skywalker, Nightfall, Order 66, completely, full potential. That suit is obviously nerfing him. But even then, it's a testament to how powerful Vader is. And he is 3v1ing these guys. Not even doesn't get a single hit until I believe Daki gets that shoulder hit.
With only one hand, by the way. Just one hand.
And he's showing every time they push him, what should be sending him across the entire map, he gets knocked back like 6 feet, slides, stands up again. Dude, it's just it's awesome. It's I personally we talked about this on our show, but when it comes to the best Vader moments, a lot of people talk about Rogue One and Kenobi and stuff like that. For me, it is this and Jedi Fallen Order are the two most peak versions we've ever seen, because it is Vader just that is Vader right there, and it's cool. You don't
I haven't played Fallen Order. I haven't played that part. Oh wait, you're talking about Fallen Order, the first one.
Yes,
the one when he kills. Oh, yeah, and Trilla. Yeah, okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was
that.
Are we talking about the first game or the second game? But
first game. Yeah. When he shows, and he's tearing everything apart.
Yeah,
in the platforms
okay,
yeah. And that's not far after this. It's only a couple of years after this. So that's
right. It makes sense.
Young, angry, completely like just lost Padme a couple years
heartbroken.
ago.
Well, I mean, to your point, Grayson, when he shows up in the Fallen Order, he doesn't like, and you think it's about to be a boss fight. He doesn't have a health bar. Your goal is not to fight him and win.
True.
Your goal is to escape.
I forgot.
Your goal is to escape.
Yeah.
He has no health. He has like it sets it up like this is about to be like the final boss fight of the game, and then he lands and he has no health bar and just starts throwing stuff at you, and you're like, I'm not trying to win. I'm just trying to escape.
Yeah, like, no, it's just it's pure survival at that point. Yeah. And that's what's going on here in Shadow Lord. Is they're just like there's no winning. There's just
you see
away.
Maul realize that too. You're like, and that's why Maul is just terrified of Vader from then on. Because like I've always wondered, why is he so scared of that? Like, what happened? What did he do to him to make him so terrified of him? And to see that, it makes sense now. It makes a lot of sense.
It's such a good like continuation from Siege of Mandalore of like wanting Ahsoka's help to defeat Palpatine and Anakin, and then now this, and then Rebels where he's like, oh, he's here, you know, like he knows like this guy. There's no way unless we all join up. There is no chance we beat him. So good.
I mean, and the final thing I kind of want to tie into Vader, you know, before we is the Inquisitors, because I mean they were moving different. In this
I don't know what they fell off hard later on because these guys are goated.
I mean, I don't think it's a coincidence that they took two of the, you know, as seen by the fans, two of the weaker Inquisitors, and put them in this show and just made them absolutely go on a tear. I mean, they were. I mean, especially when we're kind of seeing them from the perspective of Lawson, or you know, some of these more, I guess we'll call them normal people. They're intimidating. Like they're legitimately. They're legitimately
faceless
scared.
and they look terrifying too.
I mean, I think the Crow ended up being one of my favorites now.
He's
like
sick,
the look, like he looks
even
scary.
Marok. Like I love Marok's design, and also voiced by AJ Locasio, legend, icon, the GOAT, AJ Locasio. I think they did a great job with his voice as well. I think everything about like the way he moved just felt like he's an assassin. They're trained. They're like ninjas in a way. They are like the cloaked figures that are lurking through the galaxy trying to find somebody to. But you know, going up against Maul, it's like you're kind of meeting your match, but Maul's just maskless.
And I mean, you have that moment where they're all standing on the bridge, and you know they sense that the Inquisitors are coming, and you think they're just gonna like walk around the corner. They come flying.
I know, it's because they're sabers. Yeah, the helicopter sabers. I love it.
Yeah, I mean they are not. They're not pulling their punches at all. But I mean, the stuff that they did with I think what's always interesting is when a project, and Andor is a good example of this, when they make the Empire scary, because I mean we see the Empire in like the OT, and they're, you know, the stormtroopers are hitting their heads on low doors, and they're getting beat up by teddy bears, and you know whatever. So the Empire in the original trilogy is not super intimidating at all. You're like, these guys took over the galaxy, like really? And then you see stuff like Shadow Lord, and you see stuff like Andor, and you see stuff where the, you know, it starts to make sense how they had such a grip on the galaxy. And I always find that so interesting, and what they did with the Inquisitors and what they did with Vader, it is a perfect example of that. And I always love seeing the Empire be what it's supposed to be.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's easy to say that like in the original trilogy, like at that point, you know, they're 20 years in, they got there's so many of them in numbers. They've they got safe. All right, they got comfortable. The Empire, and it's like, and you know, the stormtroopers aren't trained very well, but it's like in these early periods, you know, like, and especially like even like, and I think Andor is kind of that breaking point of like where it starts to like they're really able to like make that initiative at Rebels and Andor. But like, yeah, it's like you see the early seeds of this of like, oh no, they're actively out killing Jedi. They're putting down law enforcement and ships are flying around, and it's like they are stamping their mark on these planets. We see that in Bad Batch as well. Like there's just, I mean, they're locking things down right now. And so, yeah, it's a really cool, like, I think it's a different side of the Empire you don't need to see, especially like even someone like Maul. I mean, he is weakened. He's literally hiding in the sewers. Like, so yeah. Also, I just wanted to say, Will not be able to make it. He had some personal stuff come up. So he's not gonna be able to make it on.
No worries.
He said he apologizes. He said he wished he could be here. And he wishes the best. So just wanted to say that.
It's okay. I'll tell him he owes me an appearance later. But no.
It's funny what you brought up about the Empire. It's just a random observation. It doesn't have to do with a lot. It's interesting to see, although the Empire is so terrifying and so huge and so menacing, and so you just, you know, you see them and you're just like quaking in your boots. You think about, you know, the Rebel Alliance blew up not one, but 2 of their Death Stars. If anybody should be scared of anybody, we should be scared of the Rebel Alliance and how incredibly intimidating they are. Because
I see that Imperial cog behind you, and I think you're starting to sound like a sympathizer right now.
I mean, no, it's just funny to think of how, you know, how scary it seems when it's like, they got taken down with a couple X-Wings and a Millennium Falcon and, you know, a couple other ships, but it's like, it's pretty incredible.
It's a story of the Force right there.
Yeah.
Like,
but I also think, I think what like Grayson's saying too, like that, you know, they got comfortable, right? It was they got at a point where they just like, they didn't even expect it because they're like, who's gonna do this? You know?
Yeah.
No, it's
and then they pull up.
It's that exact line in Andor. This honestly should be half an Andor stream right now, just because how much I love that. I've been thinking about it.
I'm down for it. I love Andor.
It's in the end of the 3rd episode when Luthen recruits Cassian, and he's like they're so fat and greedy, like they don't even know what to do with themselves. Of like you just walk in like you belong. Like that's it. It's just like they like, and it's like that's exactly what happened. Is they got to a point where they were just like, oh yeah, like we're good, like we're not, like no one's gonna resist. But then people like Cassian and all of these other rebels were like, no, they're like, no, we're gonna do this. It's God. Sorry, that's so good.
It's so cool. It's so cool.
I will say this is a show about Maul. We should probably talk about him a little bit. But you know, I was really interested because we haven't gotten a lot of stories in Star Wars where what would typically be considered the antagonist is the protagonist, you know? Yeah. So
in Star Wars specifically?
Yeah. I mean, that's so true. I was interested to see, because, you know, in my mind, Maul is kind of an unredeemable character. So I was kind of interested to see how they were going to tell his story and get us rooting for him without making him the protagonist in a way that most people would assume. And I think it was Sam Witwer who said this is a show about bad guys and worse guys.
Yep.
Yeah, that's true. That's accurate.
So, which I mean is about as accurate as you could put it, really. I mean, but what did we think about, you know, Maul's story? Because we have that really good sequence, and I believe it was episode 8, where he's having
crying.
He's having his vision and he's seeing his younger self and sees himself with Palpatine and is reflecting on Savage, and you know, so you know what did we think about, because you know I don't want to say Maul took a back burner in his own show, because this is very much Maul's show. But, with Devin and Vader showing up, and, we kind of know the beginning of Maul's story. We know a pretty decent chunk in the middle, and we know how it ends. So, I mean, there wasn't a ton of room for what I would consider deep character development.
No.
For him as a character, and kind of the whole crux of his character is that he doesn't develop. He's focused on revenge from the very beginning when we see him to the very end when we see him.
Yeah.
So what did we think kind of about his story in this show?
Well, I think Maul, I think there's 3 characters in all of Star Wars that have been very well developed. Like we could kind of we see him from the beginning all the way to the end. That's Ahsoka. That's Maul now, especially because we got all Clone Wars and Rebels, now this, and then Vader, right? Like, kind of those 3 characters probably have the most, right? Because even Luke, like, it jumps, right? We don't know.
Yeah, we don't see
childhood or anything. We just jump right into
the middle. I mean, we got Book of Boba Fett and like him and Mando, but we haven't gotten to that.
Small.
It's still like little things,
like character development, right? Like you said, like learning about like how he's feeling about his childhood, about like just the conflict, right? So I think it's hard because we already know a lot. Like I think there's already enough to really be sympathetic to Maul. So anything that they add on top of it just makes it even like a deeper thing. I think the flashback was more of just like to catch people up, right? Yeah. Like for people that didn't watch, Clone Wars and Rebels, to be like, this is why he's this is how we're here, right? Like if people are just like, hey, wait a second, didn't he die in episode 1? It's like, here's this dream sequence to catch you up. Let's get back to the show, right? So I don't know if it was more. I mean, obviously it served character development because you feel some sympathy for him, but I think he's actually so well developed now at this point that it's hard. Like I'm curious to see what they're gonna do in season 2 to like even expand. Like, are we gonna be surprised by something that he does, right? Like, I don't know. That's gonna be tough.
I mean, it's always that thing. This was in a interview years ago. It was on I don't even remember what podcast it was on, but it was Freddie Prinze Jr. talking about Maul. He's talking about a lot of stuff, and it's kind of iconic. But he's basically he's like, know your Greek mythology. Maul is Sisyphus, right? And so it's him pushing the boulder only for it to fall back down the hill again.
How could he be your favorite character?
It's so good. Video games have effed up people's idea of the Force.
Right.
Yes. It's that rant is burned into my brain. Anyway, so it's like at this point, Maul is now back at the bottom of the hill, and so we are now seeing him at a point of like it was, Phantom Menace. He rises, he falls again. Clone Wars. He rises, he falls again, and now we're seeing that rise, and we're getting that connection all the way until Solo, and then Rebels. I think with the vision. Oh, and Carly's gone. With the
back. What just happened?
I don't know.
Whoa!
She blew.
You're back.
Oh, weird.
Yeah. Sorry.
I don't know what happened either.
That rant is peak. I think it's obviously for someone like for people who are really invested in the lore and stuff like that. Like these things about Maul. You know that he was taken as a child. You know that he was tortured and that he was ripped from Dathomir and things that you see in Clone Wars and things. But it is interesting of like I saw so many people after that episode being like, oh man, Maul did nothing wrong. Like, he's like which like he is a victim of Palpatine's actions. He's
misunderstood.
He's like, it's like you can sympathize, you can understand what happened to him, but to say that he
not a redemption moment.
Yeah, no, Maul doesn't get redeemed. He's not that character, and that's great. That's what makes him so cool. It's like, dude has murdered hundreds, if not thousands, of people. Like people forget, and like when he first showed up in Clone Wars to get Obi-Wan's attention, he goes to a town and he starts decapitating children. Like he's not redeemed.
Off screen, it doesn't count.
Anakin did that, and then Vader was redeemed, not to be that person, but
he was redeemed by the
Anakin killed more children.
But like,
he
let's
was
be real.
Chosen
ever
one.
did.
That's fair.
But if let's be real, there's always like that. I love these videos where if Vader had lived and if Vader was brought back to the rebellion, he would either have been in prison for life or executed.
Oh yeah,
one of the two. There's like a really good skit. I'm trying to remember. Who did it?
He's not just gonna come hang out. He's not just gonna come hang out at the Ewok barbecue.
It's the same thing with
troopers.
It's the same thing.
Pretty good.
It's true. That's also cannibalism. So,
sorry. I just
were the rebels just like, nah, bro, we're not gonna. But it's the same thing with Kylo, right? Which as much as I'd love Ben Solo to come back, it's you've got to navigate so with a character like Maul, it's I like that they embrace the idea of that. Yes, he has changed. He has changed quite significantly since he has become, released from the leash of Palpatine. Because now I don't think there's anyone more in the galaxy that he hates more than Palpatine. Because Palpatine is what caused all of this to him, and so that is his singular mission at this point. I'm going to create this empire, and because in Clone Wars he builds up the Mandalorians and stuff because he wants to get Palpatine's attention so that he can get in his good graces. And Palpatine's like, I'm kind of done with you, dude. I'm kind of over you. But now at this point, he's like, okay, I've been cast out again and again and again. Now I'm going to do whatever it takes to kill Palpatine. And obviously we know he doesn't, but it's this really cool and fascinating journey with him of as much as Maul is a bad guy, you can't help but root for him, at least at this point, he's doing, there's moments where you see of oh, maybe he will change, but but then you get to that fight with Vader, right? And it's him and Daki, and he's and they square up, and you're like, oh, wow, Maul, is he a good guy now? And then of course pushes Daki, and you're like, of course, dude.
That was the moment where I was like, I really felt myself,
whatever small character development gone.
Yeah.
And he does the same thing in Rebels. Is he teams up. He's like, oh, Ezra, you're my Padawan. In the Ahsoka, they all team up against the Inquisitors, and then as soon as it happened, what's he do? He blinds Kanan, and it's okay, dude. And that's the thing
really
is he's
broken. Yeah.
Exactly. He is a very, like you said, with the brushstrokes and everything is he is very incomplete. He is erratic, and that's what's so cool about his character, even down to his final moment when he is struck down by Kenobi. They make peace, but what is the thing that he sets his sight on? It's not that finally I can rest. It's he's is he the chosen one? He will avenge us. He's still focused on revenge, and that's why Maul is such a compelling character, is because he's now in that, not, I wouldn't say a complete gray area, but he is in that weird point. And I think Shadow Lord is such a rich development and exploration of that, of now we get to see him with Devin in the future seasons. We get to see him be a master, because I know he was master to Savage, but they kind of had that brotherly thing. And now it's how is he going to be as a actual master to this apprentice? I don't know.
Yeah, but also what did Devin do to Maul that prompted him to want to
be yes,
land on Ezra so bad? Because you have that moment between Maul and Ezra when he's like, can we just be friends? Can we, you're my best friend essentially. And it's he has lost, as much as he's a horrible person, he has dealt with, the worst luck out of anybody.
He's a victim.
He's a complete victim. Sure. He lost his brother. He lost his mother. He lost his family. He lost everything in his life. He lost his entire lower half by Kenobi. Yeah. He has lost so much. His lightsabers.
But it's his own doing.
It's almost, his own doing.
Right? So that's almost the weird twist that it's
but you feel for him, with how much he's lost, and he's just broken. And he just wants someone to be on his side for once.
Absolutely.
Well, and so
I think with Devin, it's definitely going to lead to a spot where, I think there's going to be some success in this master and apprentice thing, because eventually, when we see him
he's Darth Talon. Yeah.
Or whatever they make it.
I'm just assuming.
Yeah,
no, I don't know. Either way.
Yeah, there's a reason why. We see in Solo, his empire does rise. He is head of Crimson Dawn, Shadow Collective, But then in Rebels, which is only like 5 years later or so, he's back down again. And so like, I mean, my guess is that whatever works for is like Devin is going to be instrumental in him creating this criminal syndicate.
Yeah.
And so when he's back down, he's like, well, maybe I can strike gold twice, you know, because it was obviously something, unless it'd be crazy if like by the end of this journey, Devin lives, like Devin goes off and does her own thing. And like, she's like, I'm done with you. Like that sort of thing. I don't know. She's probably going to die, but like,
I think she's going to die. Like, you're too powerful to be kept alive.
Yeah.
Probably gonna die.
Like, which I mean, let's like, do we get a Devin Maul square up? Like, I don't know. That's got to be like so long. And I mean, I'm really hoping this show is like minimum 6 seasons. Like I want it to go on.
I know it would be nice to keep just, I would love for it to go on. Yeah.
I got to bring up this comment real quick. Thank you for
I'm
being
sorry,
here.
man.
And we're very sorry for that. And the force is with him. The force is with you.
Yeah.
I hope
your loss.
Star Wars is a big thing about family, and my father got me into Star Wars. So I hope that I don't know if you've seen it yet, but I hope that when you go and watch Mandalorian and Grogu, that he'll be there with you. That's a hard thing, and so. But thanks for being here, and that's very kind of you. And
absolutely.
we hope,
man.
I hope grieving it's hard. So
yeah, it's never easy.
But
our hearts
Grayson,
go out to you.
Yeah, Grayson, you brought up Palpatine, and you know it's funny that we think now, especially after Shadow Lord, you know, we think now that Maul couldn't possibly hate somebody in the galaxy more than Palpatine at this point. But I want to bring up, he is still, whether it's intentional or not, I'm leaning towards it's probably not. He is still, even though he doesn't call himself a Sith, he is still doing exactly what Palpatine trained him to do. He is still amassing power, and him. And this is kind of a segue to talk about Devin a little bit. You know how he tempts Devin is very similar to Palpatine and Anakin. So even though he, you know, is like, no, I'm not a Sith. Palpatine took everything from me. I'll never let him do this to someone else again. You know, all this stuff. And you know, he arguably hates Palpatine more than anybody, even Obi-Wan at this point. He is more like Palpatine than I think he even understands.
Yeah.
You know, so
well, I think there's one person he hates more than Palpatine in the entire galaxy, and it's himself. Like you can tell there is no one in this entire galaxy that he hates more than himself. And that really stands out in that 6th episode.
Something in there.
Something in there where he's just like, I hate you, and he's looking in a mirror. And it really just, I mean,
but even by the end of that episode, because he sees his younger reflection at the beginning of that episode, and he's like, I hate you, I hate everything about you. But even by the end of that episode, he sees his younger reflection again and is almost like sympathetic to himself. And then that's when he's like, I won't ever let him do this to somebody else. You know, so he goes through.
Was that his younger version of himself, or was it his younger Zabrak that died? I think I misread that moment.
I think he sees his reflection twice, but I think
was it his reflection twice or the other? Because I thought it was the other Zabrak that he let or that died. Scorn. Yeah, but I think I misread it in that moment. But it makes sense that it's also him. Yeah.
I think two things can be true at once. I think he can hate himself and also recognize that he's not going to let someone like this happen to someone else again, you know, because I think it is true. I think he does hate himself, but I think he's also aware of like, yeah, I hate myself, but like also I'm not going to let like him do this to someone else so that they get in my position, you know? So it's I mean, that is the cycle of the Sith. It is hatred, it is rage, it is self-loathing because like the same thing that Vader happens is Vader hates himself. He hates himself for what he did. That's the trap of the Sith and the dark side. And so, I mean, like, of course he was trained since he was a child. He's going to do the one thing that he knows, which is vengeance. That's what he does.
It's the trap of the Sith unless you're Palpatine and you're an egotistical psycho. then you just don't really care.
Yeah,
but
that's true.
Devin is a new character that I don't want to say I didn't expect much from, but a character that made a drastically bigger impact on me than I expected. You know, because everybody was kind of predicting, oh, she's gonna, Daki's gonna die in the first couple of episodes, and she's gonna be teamed up with Maul by like episode 4. And the fact that it took the entire season, and she's still not even really 100%, I don't think, on his side. I was pleasantly surprised by just her character and some of the choices that they made with her. What did you guys think of Devin?
Yeah. I mean, I loved her character, man. Like they did such a good job with her, like especially like that change, right? And I know it's kind of jumping towards the end, but that just like anger in her, like you could hear it in the voice and all that. I think for me it was more of like I needed a little more like answers, like about her and like where she came from. Like, is she technically still from like the Jedi Temple? Like, she's a survivor of the Jedi Temple, or is she just like she got picked up? Do you guys know?
I think
she survived. What you mean? Do you mean like did she survive Order 66?
Yeah,
like
is that like the timeline?
That's what I think happened. Yeah, that's what they implied, but yeah. I could be wrong.
I think I did read somewhere that it was confirmed that she did survive. That she was like that because that Daki has been her master for a long time.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
So then that right there kind of changes, like, because again, she's a Jedi. Like she was trained in like the classical, ways of the Jedi. So like I think that's where the conflict is, right? Like she is it's so ingrained in her, like the old, Jedi ways is so ingrained in her that she's so independent now too. And that dynamic between her and Maul is going to be so interesting because again, she's a Jedi, she is, right? So that's always going to be there for her. So no matter what he does to try to turn her to the dark side, like it's going to be hard because I think she's going to get pulled back and forth. So
yeah. I do think she's going to have a lot more nuance to her. Yeah. And I think the big thing is what Maul can use against her is how she has a very like go get him attitude. Shout out Gideon Adlon.
Yeah, she's
crushed it. So good. I think that's what Maul is kind of utilizing is like, Daki was trying to be a little bit more passive of like, hey, we're not those people anymore. But, she's young and she wants to do the right thing. And I mean, I saw so much of Luke Skywalker in her of like,
same.
Like she just wants to go out and do the right thing, and it's like, I mean, she even down to like when Riley gets captured, what's the first thing that she does? She jumps for that LAAT, like, which is crazy. So yeah, I think it'll be a cool, interesting dynamic because like, I think Maul had something a little bit more relatable to Savage, and the fact that they were both, on a kind of witchy dark side planet and they were raised together and stuff. Was like, no, this is like his first attempt trying to like kind of convert, but it's like this is also like the prime era to kind of raise a Jedi because they're having to do these unorthodox things because of the Empire. So but she's phenomenal character.
I really like her.
I can't wait to see more of her.
Same.
Yeah. So the other character that I kind of want to make special highlight of is Lawson. I mean, this show kind of had a more I can't decide what genre I think I would kind of fit this show into, but
I'd say it's like a spy thriller. He's like a spy thriller with him.
A
detective drama. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And it's interesting to see, because especially at this point in the timeline, every planet that they really show is your police forces, stormtroopers at this point. So I think it was very. I thought it was really interesting to see somebody that just has somebody that has a 9 to 5.
Well, it's like Andor. Going back to Andor. It's
yeah,
like regular,
I mean,
totally like that.
Yeah. What anybody have anything like specific about Lawson that really stood out to them? And I also want to know from you guys, do we think he's dead?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. So I just got 3 things about him that like stood out to me. Number 1, obviously there's that almost like bad dad feeling. Like I think he thinks he's not a good dad to his son, and that dynamic is interesting, which kind of ties into like, do you think he's dead or not? So that was really interesting. Again, me as a dad, like I saw that and I was like, oh, okay, like I appreciate it because he's like so involved in his work and he's doing that, but he's also trying to like spend time with his son to make sure he's raised right. So I love that character building and that they're divorced. Like that was really cool for them to do that. Number 1. Number 2, the dynamic between him and Two Boots. That was also very interesting because I wanted to punch Two Boots like in the face multiple times.
That would have hurt.
I was just like, God, I haven't hated a robot in a long time, like a character. But I mean, I understand it, but like, man, I was so frustrated. I was like, stupid snitch robot, like,
Nice.
yeah, and but then Lawson's just chill with it. He's like, all right, like, look, Two Boots, like, let me shut you off. Like, so he's really like good with that. But then again, how it all ties back to like, okay, did he die? Going back to what like Filoni said at the finale, right? Like everything has a purpose, right? Every single thing has something that's going to expand the story. So like the fact that the son watched his dad die, does that mean that now the son is going to be kind of a shift in the kind of storytelling now towards the son, and that's going to drive him towards that? Or again, did he not die? Like, you would just kind of see him go down in the smoke, and then he's going to come back so he can save his son, so he could redeem himself with the son. So that's like the interesting part of it. And it's hard to tell, right? Because maybe he died, and then now
I feel like he died. Because I feel like with certain characters, it's like, did they die? But I feel like if they didn't die, their death would have been for nothing. It's like he sacrificed himself for his son. And I think that was like the ultimate act of love. And I think that his son will come to realize that, and probably already realizes that, and then probably has a redemption arc where he's like avenging his father in a way. But I feel like that's my take on it, at least. I think if he didn't die, then his death would have been for nothing. I don't know.
I don't know how I feel about his Lawson being dead or not. It's
I like
on
his
one
stash,
hand,
by the way, great stash.
Oh yeah. Also, Wagner Mora, goated.
Yeah, goated.
He's like, shout out Puss in Boots: Last Wish, great movie.
Yes, true. He's the wolf, right?
Mm-hmm.
That movie was.
Oh,
so
was
good.
he really?
Yeah, he's dead.
So good,
Yeah,
so good.
He's great.
Sorry.
Maybe the key to these projects is just to have like a really cool space Latino. Like you got
everyone from Puss in Boots: Last Wish. That is the best.
Antonio Banderas in Star Wars, please.
Yeah.
I could see it. I could see it.
It'd be a cool bounty hunter or something.
Oh yeah.
It's like on one hand I'm like, if he did die, I like that direction for the story, but on the other hand, I could see them potentially like doing some sort of like interrogation thing and like them trying to find. I don't know. It's like I think the reason I rack my brain is mainly because they intentionally showed him walking off into the fog. So it's like, are they pulling a tech where it's like, oh, we didn't see his body, and then is he actually dead? Or are they pulling like another character where it's like, we didn't see? It's like at this point I could flip a coin and it'd be like, like.
I just feel like that happens too much.
I agree.
I feel like, I want his death to mean something. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, go ahead.
I feel like if they if they bring him back, and give us a fake out, I feel like it makes any death that he could have later less impactful unless you really see it. Yeah. I mean, unless you just really see him go down.
But I mean, the Maul show. I mean, come on, like that's.
I mean, that's the place for
fair.
it. I mean,
Maul did it right. He's the
true
king of that.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I'm excited what they do either way because like I think it'll pay off for sure.
Yeah, we're in good hands with the writers and the directors in this. They're great.
No.
I think part of me is selfish because I really liked Lawson a lot. Like he's so Blade Runner coded. Like and so I was like, so I'm like, there's those scenes when he's going into like the nightclub and everything. I was like, oh man, I love this. This is awesome. So I don't know, but I mean, that's the thing. The cool thing is like all these characters are so. Are you going to bring up another character? I don't want to like.
Oh no, you're good. No, shout
out my guy Ludi Vario. I
love him so much. He's the best. He's so Mike Wazowski coded that I just he instantly became one of my favorite characters in the whole show. Yes. I think it's Maul and him.
He's awesome. I love that character.
Yeah. So I mean the next thing I was gonna say was obviously we could sit here and break down every single character that's in this show, but I was gonna say between Rook and Vario and Riley and Two Boots and Spybot and all these other characters, I was just gonna say, is there another character that kind of just sticks out other than some of the ones that we've talked about? And you bring up Vario, but
Spybot too.
Spybot washes Chopper. So
he's pretty evil. I need a Chopper versus Spybot moment. 100%.
I can't do this Chopper slander with you.
It's a diva off.
Bro, Chopper's an off, man. That's why he has OPP in his name.
We love him.
Bro.
Yeah. We love him.
We didn't talk a lot about Daki, but I do love Daki. I mean, he's a very traditional Jedi, but like
All-State.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. Also, just love.
I didn't realize he was the Allstate guy until the finale.
Really?
I showed up and they're like, "You just met the Allstate guy," and I was like,
"How did you not know? Yeah. How did you not?"
I think you were talking. Remember, you came
talking to you guys.
Yeah, and then Andy
and Carissa was like,
Carissa. No, I think it was Andy. Andy was like, I was just friends with the Allstate guy, and you're like, the Allstate guy.
What?
He's right there. Look,
that's so
and you're
funny.
Like, what? It's the Allstate.
I had no idea.
Did you not grow up?
He does do a really good job. Where like
he does a good job. Yeah, I didn't know. Like he could have just had a good deep voice, but the fact that he's like,
oh god,
Allstate.
That is so clearly the Allstate guy to me. Like,
there's
how you could have possibly.
No, I mean, in Carly's defense,
didn't think of it.
Like, no, it's like I knew it, but I was like, oh wow, like he's really killing this right now. Like I wouldn't know if I didn't know ahead of time. I wouldn't have known.
Maybe if I didn't know ahead of time, it would.
Yeah, I had no idea.
So obvious, but
he's a goated Jedi though. Like that moment when the bridge was falling
and he takes the bus. Oh my god, the subway.
Yeah, when he's the speeder into the shuttle.
Yeah, it was giving 11 in Stranger Things.
Yes, I was about to say the same thing. It was giving me the car flip, the van
totally.
flip.
Yeah,
I like that moment. Because I said I didn't really get to share this, or I don't know if anybody shared. I'm sure someone has shared it, but after when they did the Q&A at the premiere, they talked about when that like bridge moment happens in the first episodes where he's like holding the bridge in place, and all of us were like cheering and clapping because it's like such a Jedi thing to do, right? And Dave was saying, he's like, obviously this is a darker show. This is like, it's about a bad guy, but it speaks to me a lot when, you see a Jedi doing a good thing and you guys still clap and cheer. Like that's Star Wars. And I'm like, as a Jedi, I love the dark side sort of stuff like that. I love that, but I'm a Jedi guy. And so like, I get like anything like stuff like that happens, I get emotional. And so to hear Dave talk about it was really cool.
Yeah.
True.
I mean, is there, I think I know Carly's is probably Maul. but did you have a favorite character in the show? And if it isn't Maul, who is it? And Carly, why is it Maul?
Maul is my favorite. I mean, from everything I brought up, it's just the fact that he's such a flawed character and he's dealt with loss so much. And for some reason, he's just, in a weirdly positive way, he's just kept going. Nothing has stopped that man. Like, he has just, through all of the hardship he's experienced, he still has this one goal in mind. And that is to have revenge on Kenobi. And I think
everybody.
And also, he just looks cool. Like, put it plainly, he looks cool. I love his design. I love his lightsabers. I love his fighting style. I love, Sam Witwer as a voice actor did a fantastic job. I love him in that regard. I also loved Ludi Varia. I loved him. So,
he's great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Will Ludi get his mech suit again? I hope so. That'd be sick. That'd be awesome.
I hope so. I hope he gets everything in the world.
Yeah, I agree. I
think he deserves everything. And Spybot, of course.
He's gonna make it all the way to episode 9. He's gonna be living a happy life.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Totally.
Dude. Gabe, you go.
I mean, I think honestly, like the standout character for me, and it's more of just like how he looks, is the Crow. Like, that was one that was like, oh yeah, because like obviously we saw him in the Tales of the Empire, was Jedi, Tales of the
Jedi. So
and he looked cool there, but in this one he looked menacing, and he was cool. So I think he's a standout character, like for me in this.
Yeah. I love that effect. They did that they do that screech sound when he starts running.
Yeah. So sick.
So, somebody needs to make an official prop replica of the Crow's mask so Gabe can buy it.
I know.
Oh yeah.
Dude,
I saw Brent.
Live action. Yeah, Brent did it.
Yeah, I saw.
Dude, Brent's is cool.
No.
Sick.
Yeah. Grayson?
I mean, like, it's hard for me not to say Maul, but I love all the other characters in this. I really
like. To go while you think about it.
No, I really like Lawson. I'm a big fan of Lawson, and Devin as well. I like having this Devin to me kind of feels like she's very Ahsoka coded as well. Like, it reminds me a lot of Ahsoka from early Clone Wars, but to see her put in this very different situation than what Ahsoka was in, is like Ahsoka was a soldier, but Devin is a survivor, and I don't know. I think she has a very good heart, and I think her characterization is really good, and I'm excited and scared to see where her character goes, and I don't know. Here's what I'll say. It's very hard for me to choose because I want every single one of these Black Series figures from this show, and I'm not even that big of a figure collector. And I'm I want Devins, I want Mauls, I want Brooks, I want them all. So it's just I love the ensemble that we have. It's really hard.
I mean, we talked about this a little bit when Carly was on the podcast. Maul, like Carly, Maul is one of, if not my favorite character. I mean, he's in the top 5 for sure, and he ain't number 5.
Yeah.
And so it's hard for me to not say Maul, just because anything with Maul in it, I'm be happy with.
Yeah.
But I mean, Devin was, like I said earlier, Devin really surprised me with how much I liked her character, and Lawson too. I mean, like Grayson, you said it perfectly. I mean, it is an ensemble show as much as it is Maul, but I mean, it is hard to choose. But something that may be even harder for you guys to choose. Do you have either a favorite episode or a favorite moment from the show? Because there's a lot. There's the highlight reel.
That was definitely my favorite.
The highlight reel of this show is unreal. So
yeah.
Oh, when they're fighting the Inquisitors on the bridge.
When they're all fighting, when they all lock up their sabers, I think that was my favorite part in the whole show.
Yeah. I like, because again, I love the props. I really like him holding the episode 1 lightsaber, like half, like just that part where he's just like not sending it to her, he's just holding it for her to grab it. That little part, I was just like, oh yeah. And like, and again, the fact that it's the original lightsaber, right? Because half of it's not, right? So it almost like, to me, it almost foreshadows like that arch that's going to happen again, where, maybe in episode 1, he was the apprentice, Sidious was the master. And by him passing on that lightsaber, because it's from the episode 1 on, it almost like it's kind of foreshadowing that cycle, but I don't know. I think that's, for me, that's kind of the scene that stood out to me.
That's, yeah. This is my last thing before I have to dip off. But it's hard not to say the beginning of episode 1 when he walks down the walkway, and like just that the framing, the smoke effects, and then Duel of the Fates starts playing. It's just like, I love it. They just turn and they immediately open fire, and it just slashing the camera. I just watching that in Lucasfilm's theater, I was just like, bro,
peak.
This is so peak.
Good. It was so
good.
Grayson, one thing I want to ask you before you have to dip off.
Okay.
Hopes, theories, cameos, anything about season 2. What do you hope to see? Do you have a theory, a cameo you'd like to see? What are you thinking about season 2 and possibly beyond?
The main thing for me is, because I'm a big Solo truther, so I was very happy to see that Dryden Voss. Yeah, I was very, very happy that he was here. I am really excited to see the world open up a little bit more, and I guess my theory or my hope is, I've said this since the very first episode because I love this stuff. I really want Black Sun to come back. The criminal.
I forgot about them. Oh yeah, good call. That would be a cool character design to see in this show, specifically the art style.
This year is the 30th anniversary of Shadows of the Empire. Also, go check out the final issue of Star Wars Insider, because Brandon Winerdy did a fantastic article on Shadows of the Empire. Anyway, I'd love to see Prince Xizor show up, or some sort of but any type of criminal syndicate stuff. Like, I mean, I like that, like, the Pikes have kind of been knocked off the board a little bit. That, honestly, to go back to favorite moment, when he kills Marge Krim, that's also a great moment. That's a really good moment when he activates the lightsaber in his hand and just tears through that room. Sick. But yeah, I would love to see like more criminal syndicates. But beyond that, like, I'm just, I just wanted to, I love the seedier underbelly criminal underworld side of Star Wars. So I'm excited to see like what planets they go to and things like that. So that's all I hope for. I just want to see Maul and these characters doing criminal things.
and Grayson, I will have you plug all you guys' stuff, and I'm gonna finish up with Carly and Gabe about season 2 stuff, but I will have you plug everything before you gotta hop out of here.
You can, I mean, I guess you can follow me personally at Mortis FM on pretty much. Oh wow, you've got a QR code. That's crazy.
Wow, fancy.
There you go.
Fancy.
Hey, right there.
Nice.
There's Will and I.
Nice.
Determined Focus. We do our stream every Monday on YouTube at 7:30 Eastern time. Yeah, we just did one yesterday. We'll be back next week. Will couldn't be here. He wished he could. Yeah. Mortis FM, and follow Will at Will of the Force, because he's cooler than me. So yeah, but happy to be the ambassador of Determined Focus here. But have fun, y'all. Thanks for having me.
Bye,
Cameron.
Grayson.
Seriously,
Good to see you.
take it easy.
Yeah, we'll talk soon, dude.
All right,
see you, man.
Peace.
Bye. See ya.
Now, and we are getting close to the end, but I do want to talk to you guys a little bit about season 2.
No.
You know, what do we hope for? Where do we think the story is going?
No.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go into it hoping, like, having the hopes that I had for season 1, just like nothing really. I mean, I was expecting to see cool stuff, and that's what we got. So I think that's why I enjoyed it. It's because I didn't have any preconceived notions about what I wanted it to be. So that want was like let down or anything. So I think in season 2, I mean, I'm just along for the ride. I have no predictions. No, I mean, aside from Maroc being killed in a fantastic way, I feel like is going to happen. But aside from that, I have nothing. Yeah. In a good way. In a good way.
Yeah.
Gabe, how about you?
For me, like I've been super happy since Rogue One because Tarkin is my favorite Star Wars character of all time. Yes. So like seeing him then and then Bad Batch, I would love to see him again.
That's a good take.
Oh,
nice.
I'm tattooed on my arm.
That's pretty cool.
So like,
that's pretty cool.
If I could see a little more of that, like, because I would love more just character development on screen, about Tarkin. That'd be cool. But yeah, as far as like, I want to see what happens to Lawson. Absolutely. I definitely want to see how they're gonna manage the fan expectations of Devin turning into Talon, right? Like, because I think that's gonna be crucial, because I think a lot of people want that or expect that, but then it might not be that. So I'm kind of curious how they're gonna handle that. But
and I want to bring up this comment and ask you guys: do we think, we have Dryden Voss already, so we're connecting to Solo a little bit, and we know we eventually get to where we are in Solo. Do you think? I don't think we're going to see it without a time jump, but do you think there is a possibility that we see Kira at some point in this show? Or maybe if it goes 3, 4, 5 seasons, we see her down the line, or
maybe down the line. Yeah, I mean, never say never.
Yeah,
never say never.
Yeah, I think it makes sense. Like, it's a perfect tie-in. Like, it starts tying in.
We saw Dryden Voss, so
yeah,
anything is possible, I guess. Yep. What's up, Robbie?
Makes sense.
Robbie's in.
But
Hondo.
Hondo.
Hondo would be cool. I'll always take more Hondo.
I'm fine with any new Hondo. Yeah, it'd be cool.
Do we think we stop at 2 seasons, or do you think, with the fact that season 2 was greenlit before season 1 even started, so obviously they have a good amount of faith, in this show. Do you think this could be something that we go 3, 4, 5 seasons?
Yeah, I think so. Why not? Yeah.
You know what I would actually love if they started doing this? Just because, again, I think I'm just echoing what was said here. Like, Star Wars needs to be seen on the big screen with big sound and all that. Yeah. I would love every show going forward to lead up to some type of on-screen, whether it's a movie or a finale or something that fans could experience on the big screen. I would love that. So if like it leads up to like a season 3 or season 4, but like on screen,
movie, that would be amazing. Amazing.
Yeah,
I would love that.
As somebody that just went to their first like screening fan event yesterday for Mando and Grogu, and was sitting in a full overpacked theater of nothing but Star Wars fans, and we were cheering and we were slapping each other, and it is experiencing Star Wars with other Star Wars fans is something that cannot be overlooked, because we can all sit at home and stream these things on Disney Plus, and we do, and we will continue to do so. But I agree with what Gabe said. Being able to see these things with a group is something that just it can't be ignored. I mean, it really can't. And the community, that's what it's about, which is why I'm looking forward to Celebration, and I'm looking forward to Rebel ScumCon, and come meet a good chunk of the cast of Mando and Grogu at RebelScumCon if you want to. And Devin, Gideon Athlon will also be there. But,
sure.
You know, Carly, Gabe, anything else you kind of want to throw out or talk about season 1?
I feel like I laid it all out. Yeah, I think we talked a good chunk about everything. Yeah.
I think I want to change my score to 10 out of 10.
There we go. You heard it here first.
That's what's happened from the beginning of the show to now. I was trying to convince myself out of giving the 10 goal.
I know. But that's understandable. Yeah.
You just can't.
This was me and Carly's side goal. You're just hearing about it now.
Yeah. We're convincing you that it's a 10 out of 10.
Again, I only gave it 10 because I wanted season 2, but
totally. Yeah.
But I want you guys to definitely tell people where they can find you, what you got going on coming soon. Carly, we'll start with you.
Sure. Yeah. You can follow me on Instagram at official Carly King, posting all about my life there and fun things, some voice acting ventures and some life ventures. So if you want to stay up to date with that, follow me. That's it. Yeah. Maybe some YouTube stuff soon, but yeah.
Gabe.
Cool. Yeah. You can follow me at GabesEmpire on Instagram and TikTok. On YouTube, actually, I'm Star Wars Replicas still. That's my original handle. And yeah, if you want to, let's talk about some if you want to focus more on the props and like that stuff, YouTube that's where I do my like the full, reviews and all that stuff of the props. And there's some crazy ones coming. So I'm
excited to see them.
So just a heads up, there's some really cool ones. But yeah, you follow me there and
and everything follow will be in the
Nerd.
description.
Follow Limitless Nerd. If you're not subscribed right now, subscribe. There it is. Yes.
There you go.
We just got done with a little rebrand, but
nice.
I mean, follow me at Limitless Nerd. Everybody's stuff will be in the description of this video. So if you're watching it now watching it later, it's all going to be down there. Carly, Gabe, thank you so much for coming on and talking.
Thank you.
All Shadow Lord and coming back on the channel. I'll definitely have all of you back on again.
Would love to.
Thank you to Grayson for joining us. Thank you to Will. I know he was
here in spirit.
So he's with us in spirit. Hopefully we can all chat again soon.
For sure.
I believe it's public knowledge that you're all going to be at RebelScumCon.
Yes,
I believe.
Yes, gang's all there. It'll be fun.
Come hang out with us at RebelScumCon. Is everybody going to Celebration?
Oh yeah.
Okay. Come hang out with everybody at Celebration.
Yeah.
It's my first Celebration, so I'm really excited about that.
Probably fun. Yeah, for sure.
But thank you guys so much for being here.
Thank you for having us on. Yeah, this was really
it was hopefully the start of a new series on the channel where after every major release we have a little round table of people together to talk about it. And we've got another major Star Wars release coming at the end of this week.
Friday.
Luckily, we've already seen it, but so maybe another live show soon.
There you go.
Who knows? But thank you guys so much, and
thank you.
More Limitless Nerd podcast coming soon. At bare minimum every other week until RebelScumCon, the first week of August. But probably more than that. We've got some bonus episodes coming as well. So until next time, may the Force be with you.
May the Force be with you.